All right, y'all, good morning. How are y'all doing this morning? It is a slightly chilly morning, to say the least. So this is post-front conditions here. We got the wind blowing pretty hard out of the northwest. I have no idea what that's going to translate into. Only thing I do know is we gotta try to catch us some bait. I don't know how we're gonna fish this today. I got some ideas in mind. We may set up, just kind of maybe go a little shallow today. I don't know, try that for a little bit. And then we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, this north wind is not terrible. Northwest wind is absolutely perfect that blows straight up river. Like absolutely straight up river. So we're supposed to have current today, but I don't know what's going to be worse, the wind or the current. I have to say the wind's probably going to be the worst. But either way, I'm going to fish, I'm going to film, and somehow, some way we are going to make a video. But it has been, like yesterday, it rained absolutely all day. We had a lot of water come down yesterday. So I was real surprised they're kind of still running this current off and on. I was kind of surprised about that. Figured they'd be running more current, and then we could probably, spot lock somewhere against the, even with the wind, but we're gonna barely have any current today. Maybe that'll change, because what hit us yesterday definitely went east of us, and well, I mean, this river flows from the east. But first, we gotta try to catch us some bait. All I need is 3 skipjacks. That has been kind of the, because I don't run very many rods, so it's not like I need 20 or 30 skipjack. But last time I was out, I was successful at catching 3. So I got a couple spots we'll hit. And then we'll see if we can get us a couple. Don't need many. Them old skipjacks ain't been here in a minute, but I always check it. Because it has been good to me in the past, but it has not been good to me at all this year. I mean, for nothing, not even white bass. Bunch of buzzards over there. I seen that the other day when I was out here. Something washed up on the bank over there. I couldn't tell if it was it honestly looked like a dog. I don't even think it was a coyote. I think it was like a regular dog. But I couldn't really tell. See some stuff surfacing, but I don't know what it is. Let me see if... Probably not what I'm after. I mean, there's a lot of bait up along this bank here. I mean, if we can get this wind where it works with us a little bit, we may be able to just suspend over some spots. That would be ideal. That'd be kind of the easiest way to fish today. Old buzzards, they don't care. They're getting them a meal. There we go. Not a monster, but he'll work. Seem to be right here on this edge. I thought I got bit earlier. One thing different I did this time is I turned on no graphs. I've proven that to myself multiple times that sometimes you got them graphs on, you'll spook a lot of these skipjack. Yeah, that's skipjack there. So they're probably little ones, but fresh bait's better than no bait, that's a fact. Just put the old spot lock on and get you guys turned. See if we can get us a few more of them. Like I say, a lot of times when that wind's blowing up here, there's a school that'll run up and down this side of the bank here sometimes. But you got to get it up there on the shallow part of that mud flat there, and then as it comes off is typically when you'll hit them, if they're moving around at the time. I guess that's kind of the bigger deal. But I had like 7 or 8 trying to hit these little jigs. I only caught one. There we go. There we go. Get in here, get in here. Again, not a monster, but that's still a bait. Fresh at that. I mean, fresh bait's fresh bait. That's a skipjack, that's a good one. If it's a skipjack. No, it is a bass. You dog. I don't need you. Oh, bass. Don't need that dude. Well, skipjack moved out and these little bass are in here now. Go. Right here by the boat. Stop. Right here by the boat. I don't care where I catch them, as long as I can catch them. There we go. Say they're not monsters, but they will definitely make it on the hook. Now I'll show you what I've done. A little bit different setup this time compared to the shiny heinies that I always use. These are just little 1/32 ounce heads. I got them in pink. I guess the color really doesn't matter, but these are just 2-inch little grubs. I got, you know, like I tie them any other time, but they seem to be liking a smaller profile bait, at least right now. You start getting around bigger ones will hit this too, but sometimes they want that bigger profile bait. But I just haven't been able to find too many big ones here lately. It's all been about that size, but you know, nothing wrong with it. I caught my first state record on smaller than what we're catching right now. Let that barge keep going. I got another spot on down that I'm gonna hit. We'll let him get past there, because I think when a barge comes by, I think it really turns out like it spooks them skipjack to where they won't bite. The water's got to calm back down. I don't know that for a fact, but it just seems like it every time I've fished in and a barge comes by. Another skipper. Heck yeah, buddy. But every time a barge would come by, I'd stop getting bit. Again, not monsters. Fresh bait. It's fresh bait. Okay. Oh, wow. God, stop. You ain't doing nothing but making me a tangled mess, buddy. Oh, buddy. He did not want to be bait today. Little bitty dude. Looks like something already tried to eat you. Get bigger. I'll catch you later. Oh, bass. All right, y'all, how's it going? How are y'all doing this late morning? I'll tell you what, these old power poles are something else. Anyway, we're kind of sort of nosed up to the bank here. I couldn't get too much shallower or it'd be really shallow, but anyway, there's a ledge, then there's a secondary ledge right through here, but it's more shallow water. Now, I've seen some fish up here, and I don't know what they are. I mean, they could be Asian carp, they could be a number of things. But yeah, we got this wind, so it kind of prevents us from doing a lot of things. But we're just gonna, like I said, we're gonna sit here, and then I want to go around. I definitely want to work back this way. I don't know, just see what we can catch. I wanted to try a little bit shallower water. Let's see what it is up here shallow. Okay, so it's 66 degrees. I seen bait, you know, the shallower we got, so there may be some fish moving up through here. But same deal, I'm gonna run two rods on the bottom and then 2 rods on the floats. And we're just gonna kind of, you know, fan them out through here, just kind of see. We got current, but it ain't enough to combat this wind. That's a fact. So yeah, I'm gonna get these rods ready and we'll see what we can't do. I went around, I fished a couple more spots, a couple more bait spots, and I kind of ended up with the same size bait, which is fine. It's fine, I mean, it'll work. Like I said, it's fresh. So it's all that matters to me. So we'll get them out and see if they don't do us any good. Oh man, y'all. You know, and I think this is honestly, like when it comes to catfishing, you know, this is kind of where, I'll say fishing in general, this is kind of where you get your separation between the two groups of people. You got those, I'm not gonna say fair weather fishermen, but you got those ones that, you know, if it's not perfect conditions, they're not gonna fish. And if you got, you know, people like myself and probably a lot of you guys out there, it doesn't matter. We're gonna fish regardless, unless it's unsafe. And then we're not gonna fish. But yeah, I don't know. This right here is something else. But we're gonna toss some rods out regardless. We're gonna see what we can get into today. I have very, very, very low expectations, just for the simple fact, you know, like I said, the cold front and all that stuff. Let me see, let me check the barometric pressure. I'm sure it's fairly high today. No, not really. Okay. All right, might not be terrible. Let me get another regular hook tied up. All right, well, let's see what we can do in this wind. Post front conditions, all the things that make it tough fishing out here. So we're gonna sit here, and then we're just gonna scan back around this point, go off this point, scan down around and go off the other point, and just see. And I ain't expecting a whole lot of fish today, that's a fact. And if we get a few, I'd be happy. You had a bite on this one already. It don't do me no good if you don't whack it. All right, let me get this boat squared away. Well, I don't know. I've been sitting here a minute, had a couple little bites. I'm just wondering if we got what kind of current we got. So it looks like we have current. Let me check, see, because I got some service as we're sitting here, so let me see if we've got good enough current to maybe just get out there and cover some water. I just don't know if we have enough current where we could toss the boards out and then have it all make sense. That is something I don't know. Because these fish, they're going to be pinned down at the bottom. They're just not going to be moving. I mean, I was hoping to kind of sit here, maybe catch a couple moving through, but I just don't think that's going to happen. So we may have to, I don't know, go around the corner there, maybe do a little bit more scanning. I mean, I scanned some fish, but they're just not going to be 100% motivated to do much of anything. Now, I have in the past caught, like on days like this where it's windy and cold, we just had a cold front come through, that I noticed that if I stayed along the riprap banks, I seem to do pretty good. I don't know if it's because the bait gets pulled up there or whatever the case may be, that them cats ain't too far behind them. I'm not real sure. Let me hop on the map here and see what we can't look up. All right, got us parked. So that's what we're gonna do. That way I can still continue to cast out this way and hopefully get us some more skipjack. Make sure we're anchored. All right, so we are down. Another 4 ouncer since I just lost that one. I think I'm just gonna do, yeah, I think I'm just gonna do 3 rods here. Just do 3 rods right here. See what we can get into. Okay, we're right in front of this creek mouth. Man, there might be something coming up here. That way I can sit here and make multiple casts with these skipjacks. Like I said, possibly get us enough for tomorrow. Man, I just love the way these Alios 400s cast, y'all. They cast a mile. Kind of more out of the wind here too, so that's a little bit better. This one's going to be a little short. All right, get my rod. Did he drop it? He did. You dog. I had a bite on the center rod and I had a bite on this rod. Can't believe he dropped it. Thought he was going to keep going with it. Well, I guess we'll sit here a minute or two. Let me let you go. Hold on.
Okay, love you, bye.
Oh, did he drop it? He did drop it. No way. Oh, y'all. I was on the phone with my wife, and while I started loading up, I thought for sure he was going to keep going. But he did not. Well, we may sit here a minute, y'all. Because that was looking like a flathead bite for sure. And there's a lot of, like right on the edge of this ledge, you know, the creek mouth, whatever, right on the edge of this ledge, there's some structure there. This used to be one of my favorite flathead spots because there was a big tree that laid down, a pretty good ways off the point there. But every time I pulled up there, I'd catch a flathead. Now, sometimes it was a 10-pounder, sometimes it was a 30-pounder. I think the biggest one I ever caught there was about 30 pounds, but there was always one in there. Well, we had, I don't know, I guess it'd been 3 years ago now. where this water really came up and it washed that big tree away. There's still more structure down there, but there used to be a great big tree that sat right out there. I still got it marked on my graph, but it's no longer there. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. That sucks. Oh, gosh dog. That's a good fish, y'all. That's a good fish. He's done got me tangled up. Oh, and he come off. Oh, gosh, dog. Oh. Dang it. That fish was burning drag. I couldn't turn him. I got a couple turns as he flipped, but that was about it. Oh, that was a good fish. No stinking way. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Oh. Oh, that was a monster fish. God. Man, oh man, oh man. That stinking hurts. Yeah, there wasn't much I could do as far as stopping him, except for when he turned. That's the only time I got any line on him. The rest of the time he was pulling drag. Ooh. Well, I guess get another piece of bait out there. Yeah, wasn't much stopping of that fish, I promise you that. Huh. Yeah, it's, I mean, you're not just gonna rip. I probably got these reels, I think they got 33 or 35 pounds of drag or something like that, and I probably got every bit 25 to 28 pounds of drag. I mean, you're just not gonna rip it out of there like that. Not like that, not unless it's a good fish. Dang it. And that one's right on the bottom of the ledge, and so I looked at my waypoints. Right at the bottom of the ledge, a little bit further down, is what, well, Spencer named it. It's called Bob, but it stands for big old brush pile, and that's what's a little bit further. Actually, that rod should be closer to it. Oh man, oh man! God, I hate when that happens. It don't happen often, but man, when it does, it sucks. Well, all right, y'all. That's gonna do it for this one. Like I said, I tried what I wanted to try. Biggest thing was I wanted to catch some fresh bait, which we got that. Now I'll be able to pack it on ice for tonight. Tomorrow the wind's supposed to be a lot less, so we may be able to do a little bit more. But man, we had we had a monster fish on. Now I say monster, you know, I'm guessing 30+ pounder. It could have been bigger than that, but oh, and I can't stop them with these rods. It's something special. You know, because you've seen me hook up with, you know, 40s and 50s, and they pull a little bit of drag initially, but when they go to take another run, once I've, you know, caught up to them and stuff like that, that's a decent fish. But hey, but that's the potential you can have, you know, any day you come out. Yeah, we've got. I know the camera's not picking it up, but we got 2 to 3 foot rollers out here, so that's going to be an interesting ride back. Now this boat does handle water like this very, very well, but it's still going to get a little bumpy. But we ain't had nothing but small taps and bites here the last 30 minutes we've been sitting here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this packed up. Get this. Well, I got to get. Main thing is I got to get this bait on ice. I don't have that. I mean, I got a little bit at the bottom of the cooler, but I need to cover it with ice now. So I'll get back to the house and do that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, potential's always there. No matter when you go, no matter the conditions, no matter the weather, no matter what, the potential for a big fish is always there. So, you know, if you sit at the house because you know, because of the weather or the wind or something like that, then you know, you miss an opportunity. That's what I'm going to say. Now, you're not going to get an opportunity every single time, but you definitely miss an opportunity. Let's see what the water temp top out today. Okay, so the water temp topped out today. Granted, we're sitting on the bank, 67 degrees. So we're definitely in the fall water temp for sure. I don't know when I'll start trying to go shallow again. I definitely want to do that because I definitely, if you watch all my videos, I've said before, my ultimate goal is I want to catch a 40+ pounder out of 5 foot of water. That's what I want to do. I have yet to do that. Now, granted, last winter was the first time I really put some effort into it, but I'm going to try it again this year, see if I can make that happen. 40+ pounder in 30 foot of water. That's what I want to do. So, yeah, not a spectacular day, but you know, it was a good bait catching day for sure, considering, you know, I haven't been able to catch skipjacks in the main river in a minute. So I'm hoping that trend gets a little bit better. And then I can catch more. I can see bigger white caps around that point there. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But anyway, I guess with all that being said, I appreciate you watching this one, and I'll catch you on the next one.